Either. A very good evening and a warm welcome to our first edition of UBC News tonight on this 12th day of December 2025. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto together with my colleague Muhammad Mugalu on sign language interpretation. We start off this newscast with our first story this evening. President Yoweri Museveni has urged Ugandans to stick to values and shun sectarianism and stick to values that bind us. He was speaking during the annual Thanksgiving held at State House in Entebbe as 2025 nears a close.
He further instructed the old generation to tell the young generation of this great deliverance, saying, in quotes, "In the future, when your son asks you, what is the meaning of the stipulations, decrees, and laws the Lord our God has commanded you, tell him, we were slaves of Pharaoh in Egypt. But the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Before our eyes the Lord sent signs and wonders, great and terrible, on Egypt and Pharaoh and his whole household, that he brought us out from there to bring us in and give us the land he promised on oath to our ancestors." Unquote. When we are faithful to tell our children and grandchildren, who are now the majority of our population, we will save them from being misused by those who incite them into violence only to ruin their homeland. Further, in the spirit of the theme of this Thanksgiving service, drawn from James 4:17, which states that, in quotes, "Anyone then who knows the right thing to do and fails to do it commits sin," unquote. We pray that in this election season, everyone will make the choice to seek to do the right thing by saying no to violence, no to the political manipulation of your people, and no to the misconceived political messages.
We need to have, if there are some additional minimum points which other people want to add on, they can add them on, so that we have got a minimum points on which we share. But then you find that many of the problems in Africa are caused by parasite groups who are not part of the wealth creation. They don't even care. That's why you hear them talking of violence. How can you be violent in your kitchen, your own kitchen? You can't start conflicts in your kitchen. You must be very careful with your kitchen. Even if you have issues, if you want to fight, you go in the compound and you fight there. And you call a blue man an Arab, he must be sick. So it went on and on and on until Sudan broke up, and you see what is happening there. You don't fight in the kitchen. But you find groups which promote, pushed by foreigners, because we follow them through the intelligence channels, to create chaos, which of course will not happen in Uganda. There will be no chaos. We are now coming up. Uganda is moving at a fast rate. I think this year we shall grow at 7%. GDP, one of the fastest. And when we start our oil flowing, we shall grow by double digits, more than 10%. Therefore, the future is bright. And I would want to appeal to everybody to stick, because you are talking, one of the religious leaders was talking of values that bind us. We need to agree on those values, minimum values. We in the NRM, we have said the minimum values are patriotism, love Uganda. Why? Because you need it for your own good. Love Uganda. Don't only love your tribe and your religious group and this group, because those may not help you so much. Uganda helps you better than the subgroups. So that's why we say principle number one, patriotism. Number two, Pan-Africanism. Love Africa. Why? Because you need it for your own prosperity. Where would we be selling our cement now if we do not have the East African community? We have got surplus cement. We have got surplus milk. We have got surplus maize. We have got surplus sugar. The internal market is not enough. Where would we be selling our products if we didn't have East Africa? If we had not worked with Mzee Moi and Mzee Mwinyi and Mukapa to bring back the East African community. Mutually beneficial interaction, not sterile groupism. Some of the countries in Africa have been destroyed by sectarianism. You can see Sudan, Khartoum. Khartoum was a very powerful country, Sudan. But they destroyed it by sectarianism of religion and of race. And we told Bashir, please, they were calling these South Sudanese, calling them Arabs. If you say South Sudanese, he's not actually black, he's actually blue.
President Lauryn Masika has pledged Uganda's commitment to working with the Republic of Kenya to foster peace, promote trade and enhance regional integration under the framework of the East African Community. President Museveni's message is contained in a speech delivered by the Prime Minister, Robinah Nabbanja, as Kenyans commemorated the 62nd Independence Day.
That the heavily attended ceremony led by the immortal Kedan, he later inspected the guard of honor. Today marks 62 years since the Republic of Kenya gained her independence from the British colonial rule. 1 year later, Uganda gained hers. The President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, arrived at the heavily attended ceremony led by the immortal Kedan, he later inspected the guard of honor. Jamhuri Day is an historical event celebrated with poems and music read by the Kenyan police and other security agencies, and a remembrance of forefathers who fought for the liberation of Kenya. Former Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Odinga, who whose father, Jaramogi Odinga, was part of this struggle until his son, Raila Odinga, who passed away recently, was recognized for his efforts in the nation building.
Na kama watu wa Nairobi, tunakuomba uipe jina Raila Odinga International Stadium. Sauti ya mwananchi, sauti ya mwananchi ni sauti ya Mungu.
The democratic space we enjoy today. Foremost among them was the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, a stalwart of our country's democratic journey. I now respectfully urge all of us to join me in observing a 1 minute of silence in honor and remembrance of the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robert Nabanja, representing President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at a colorful ceremony held at Nyayo Stadium in Nairobi, Kenya, handed over a message from General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, I bring you warm greetings from your brother, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda. He was unable to come because Uganda is undergoing an electoral process.
Thank you very much. Makofi tafadhali, makofi. Thank you very much.
Nabanja conveyed President Museveni's warmest congratulations upon these 62 years Jamhuri Day celebrations and pledged Uganda's commitment to working hand in hand with the Republic of Kenya to foster peace, promote trade, enhance regional integration, and ensure the prosperity under the framework of the East African Community. In his address to the nation, President Ruto pledged Kenya's commitment towards ensuring the region remains stable as a fulfillment of their forefathers' dream, Jomo Kenyatta, among others.
Deep gratitude to our forefathers and a restless question for ourselves. Have we been faithful stewards of the freedom they won? And have we truly advanced the nation they left in our hands? I shall return to these questions later. But first, today we gather not just to mark a date on the calendar, but to honor a legacy written in sacrifice, courage, and unbreakable resolve. A legacy forged by men and women.
The ceremony was also attended by the Ghanaian President, Mahama Ramani.
Every day, the people of Ghana are in solidarity with their brothers and sisters in Kenya. On this day, we pay respect to the memory of our forebears who fought for our freedom, and we do not take their sacrifice for granted.
BBC News Tonight. The First Lady and Ntungamo District NRM Chairperson Janet Museveni has appealed to NRM-leaning independent candidates in Ntungamo District to step down and support official NRM flag bearers. She was addressing a mobilization planning meeting for over 1,100 NRM village and parish chairpersons at Chamate Secondary School in Ntungamo District.
The meeting brought together NRM chairpersons from the 135 parishes and 1,034 villages in Ntungamo district. Also drew sitting members of parliament, NRM parliament flag bearers, members of the Ntungamo district NRM executive committee, and all leaders from various levels. Mama Janet stressed that the strength of the NRM lies in unity and discipline. She noted that the movement performs best when it is represented by one recognized flag bearer at every level. She therefore called upon all party members to cooperate and coordinate their vote mobilization efforts by rallying around the official endorsed party flag bearers.
By independence, munyikirize mbagambire nkomuzeire wanyu kandi nimbakunda kandi nimbendeze birungi konka niyenda ngumanye ngu movement neija kukora gye both locally and even at the parliamentary level. Yabe in a representative NRM hato tukweta flag bearer nicyo ndikubashabira buzima ngu munkirize kandi mumpurire mwikirize mureke tukore nk'abakuru abatararabiremu murere kandi splitting ubururu bwaitu kombeka ihanga ningo kombeka ekayo muntu nti mobilization eitukora tukugikorera bebembezi bonka ntugikorera buri family buri kayona omukyaro ngwegire obusinge egume n'obusinge abantu bakore emirimo yabo batahe ahi bayendera bashora ahi bayendera bateni kibakutina.
She urged the village and parish chairpersons to intensify grassroots mobilization under the national strategy launched by President Yoweri in Mayuge. The strategy involves identifying and training 63 mobilizers per village. Each mobilizer is responsible for reaching out to at least 3 households and encouraging them to turn to vote, an approach NRM party strategists argue that shall secure a strong national vote base.
Kandi tuyine kuba bekambi buri muntu amanye ngu eki tukugyezaho kukora buri omwe nakyekorera nk'oku mbere n'abagambire ningashi nakikorera eka ye family ye aboko obundi ntuteekateeka ngu campaign ngu mobilization ngu ntugikorera leaders ekyo kigwire leaders nimbo bakwija kutuhereza konka itwe ntubaronda indeed ngu beije batuhereze konka itwe kutukuba tutakikozire nitwe tukuba ntuhereza amanyi.
According to the NRM Secretariat, the strategy is expected to generate at least 13 million votes for the NRM nationwide when scaled across Uganda's 72,000 villages. Janet Museveni emphasized that mobilization should be treated as a personal responsibility that benefits each person as well as one's family.
Muzeyo byazo mchakaka inabasirikare aberna mushanju hati hitwe ntunga mu district aha tuine agama hegon kandi gona gehireyo kuterwa enjura gakaterwa mushana gakarara achuro ahabwo kubenshongana gajimanya etawuni district buzima bryomwe yakimanyire ngu akaruru tukatwa akateka ari 98 konka babanjire bagira ngo tukateka ari zingayi nomukimanyisa apana mukigarike mutucyurire.
The work to restore Kasubi tombs has been completed after over 10 years of reconstruction. The Katikkiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Mayiga, announced to Buganda Kingdom, Uganda and the entire world at Kasubi in Kampala. We have the details.
Completion of the restoration of Kasubi tombs has been announced.
We are here to announce today on the 12th of December 2025 that the works of restoring Mzibazala Mpanga have been completed.
This comes after over 10 years. The rebuilding process started in 2014 when it was gutted fire on 16th March 2010. Before announcing the completion, the Katikkiro toured various parts of the tombs, starting from the main house, Mzibazala Mpanga. The Katikkiro first paid homage to the kings lying inside the hut and performed rituals.
Katikkiro owakabaka ali ku Namulondo Ronald Mwenda Mutebi w'okubiri
After the tour, the Katikkiro addressed the media about the completed process of the restoration of the tombs, including observing the strict traditional requirements that had to be followed.
Those who are keen on the blame game have not been focusing on the extent of the works and the entire scope of the kingdom's operations. I think that commendations would go a long way to encourage all those involved in the works that we've just witnessed, the works that we have witnessed in the last 12 or so years.
Maiga commended the central government through the Ministry of Tourism and other partners like UNESCO for supporting the reconstruction of the tombs.
I think that commendations would go a long way to encourage all those involved and for encouraging those taking care of this site.
The Minister for Culture, Tradition and Tourism in Uganda Kingdom, Dr. Anthony Wamala, mentioned the final touch-ups on Muziwazala Mpanga.
Ebintu ebisigaddeyo bitono ddala era ebimu bya nnono atamanyi nno nayinza n'obutabiraba. Kuba ndowooza ensonga enkulu ze tusigazza ze mmeeza z'abakabaka, engoma yanja, obusigadde buno bwakuttaanyataanya. N'emirimu egisinga gyonna tugimaliriza.
The commissioner in charge of heritage sites in the Ministry of Tourism, Jacqueline Nyirakiza Besije, pledged government support to the kingdom to protect the tombs.
Nga government ya wakati tweyamye okulaba nti tufunye omuntu ow'ekitiibwa Katikkiro, tujja kubeera nga tuteeseke enteekateeka okulaba nti tufunye nti eno firefighting equipment is maintained.
The Katikkiro of the Kasubi tombs, David Nkalubo, said the tombs have been restored to the exact original image.
Okulaba nga Kasubi asigala ku nnono yaayo nga bwe yali. Tetulina kye tukyusizzaako, tetulina kye twongeddeko. Kasubi azzeewo nga Kasubi bwe yali.
The restoration of the tombs has cost over 13 billion shillings, and Uganda, together with the entire nation, now awaits the day when the Kabaka will officially open them to the public. Joseph Chigozigola and Andrew Sebila for UBC News.
Alliance for National Transformation presidential candidate General Mugisha Muntu has urged the people of Jinja to vote for opposition. General Muntu was campaigning in Jinja City as he began his presidential campaign bid in Jinja district.
PFF and other opposition members converged in Jinja City to welcome ANT presidential candidate General Mugisha Muntu as he kicked off his campaigns in that district. Muntu addressed his first joint rally at Amber Court grounds in Jinja's southwest constituency, urging the people of Jinja to vote for opposition. While addressing his supporters, General Muntu urged the people of Jinja to rally behind him to unseat the NRM government.
So besides bringing discipline in the management of the resources of the country, so that there is provision of drugs in hospitals, so that there is good pay for purposes of motivation of the health workers, one other thing we would want to establish is to ensure that the National Health Insurance Scheme is established.
Residents raised a number of concerns. That includes the 58-kilometer Jinja Mboramuti Road, which needed tarmac, and the issue of sugarcane, where middlemen benefiting at the expense of farmers.
yafuna mu license amasanalaze walaji n'amafuta agatambuza emmotoka geno olaba eyo ku buyinza ogyatu yambote.
There are those who get permits, and without you saying the one who has a permit, you cannot take your cane to the factory. And the people who have permits, most of them are in politics. So the people find themselves squeezed really at those different levels. Even those who have weighing scales, they can decide to give different prices at different times of the day. Now, if there is no intervention by a government to put their systems which help all sides to benefit, then you find that it becomes a big problem.
Muntu made stopovers in Namulesa, Bugembe, Buwenge, Wachitaka, and Kachira, addressing people's concerns in Jinja. After Jinja, Muntu wrap up Soga sub-region with campaigns in Buyende and Kamuli districts. Haruna Mtesasya, reporting for UBC News in Jinja City.
Gender Minister Betty Amongi has today taken her campaign to unseat Health Minister Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng to Lira City West, drawing massive crowds as the contest enters its second month. The two powerful cabinet ministers are now the only contenders left in the Lira City Woman MP race after one aspirant bowed out. Ediolwa reports.
A carnival sound and color engulf Mocha Primary School grounds in Lira City West as hundreds of residents danced, sang and ululated in anticipation of the day's special guest, UPC's flag bearer and Gender Minister Betty Amongi. Amongi is going head-to-head with the Health Minister Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, the incumbent Lira City Woman MP. What began as a crowded field has narrowed into a high-stakes battle between these two political heavyweights. Despite coming from Oyam, Amongi continues to attract magnetic crowds in Lira City, supporters eager to hear the UPC's economic empowerment agenda. Her message is backed by ongoing initiatives. Under the GROW project, teenage girls and young women have been trained in business, financial literacy and hands-on vocational skills, a foundation she promises to expand. With the campaigns now in its second month, both camps are tightening their strategies as the city prepares for one of its most competitive political showdowns. Ediulwa, UBC News.
Makerere University Chancellor, now contesting for Bukonzo West parliamentary seat, Dr. Crispus Kionga, says Kasese farmers have contributed to Uganda's coffee sector. Dr. Kionga told UBC that he is an advocate of coffee growing in the Rwenzori region, which has placed Kasese second after Bukoma and Simbi in coffee production.
Kasese now, as a district, is number 2 to Komansimbi in the original Masaka area in the amount of coffee that we produce.
Uganda recently surpassed Ethiopia to become Africa's leading exporter of coffee by volume with 8.4 million 60-kilogram bags, while Ethiopia posted 7.83 million bags, but still earns more due to its premium Arabica market.
Coffee, some of our people have been selling it raw. We call it red. My view is that everybody should add value to their coffee before they sell.
Makerere University's Vice Chancellor Dr. Kionga credited the growth to the work of Operation Wealth Creation and committed individuals who continue distributing seedlings and encouraging farmers to expand coffee acreage. He commended the NRM government under President Yoweri Museveni for maintaining peace and security in the Rwenzori region, which has supported the steady expansion of coffee production.
From corner to corner, the district, the region is calm, is peaceful. There is definitely security. And we owe it and thank the NRM and the leadership of President Museveni, who has led the struggle against these difficulties.
He added that current strategies now include diversifying into Robusta coffee to raise output beyond the region's reliance on Arabica.
Why? Because Robusta, number one, is more closely spaced. So in 1 acre, you can put 1,300 seedlings. We have been putting 500, 600. But also tree by tree. The trees of Robusta carry much more coffee than Arabica. So our campaign here now is that we turn to Robusta, those who still have land and want to plant additional coffee. Those who already have
Moving beyond coffee, Dr. Chionga outlined his ongoing campaign for improved food security, better nutrition, and climate-resilient agriculture. He pointed to raising cassava production, supported by cuttings from Kamwenge, as well as increased millet growing and household kitchen gardens, which he considers essential for community health.
We imported at our cost cassava cuttings from the district of Kamwenge and worked with the religious institutions in the district because of their infrastructure to multiply these cassava cuttings and eventually distributed them to the whole population. Now cassava in different forms is universally available in the district.
Chionga, who is a former finance minister and ambassador to China, emphasized the need for gravity-fed irrigation as a critical solution for Kasese, citing the district's abundant water resources and the growing unpredictability of rainfall linked to climate change. He stressed that irrigation is central to raising food production across the mountainous terrain.
Meaning that here we don't need to pump water, it will just flow to us. We can only guide it where we want it to go. And I think more than ever before, the population are ready for irrigation. For us to sustain food security in the face of obvious climate change, irrigation has to become a key and regular intervention.
The interview also covered innovation through skilling centers, livestock farming, agro-industrial parks, implementation of PDM, and improved regional trade links.
The government, the NRM government, has introduced other interventions, particularly this intervention of PDM. The potential of PDM is very, very high in terms of changing the conditions of the people. The peasants, the farmers that I've seen who have benefited from PDM and taken this activity seriously, one can see that their conditions are changing, their incomes are going up. I think with stronger follow-through,
Dr. Chionga encouraged residents to take advantage of Uganda's land-linked positions and promote regional integration for broader market access.
So the answer is regional integration. We are all Africans, related. As I've just given an example, Bakonzo here, as we call ourselves here, the other side, they are called Vanand, but we are the same people. So why should there be all this obstruction? Customs, what, when we are the same people? So all of us should line up behind this agenda of regional integration, not cooperation, regional integration. we are the same people. Let's trade, let's visit each other, etc. That will improve our welfare.
Now seeking to reclaim the Bukonzo West parliamentary seat, Dr. Chiyonga appealed to the people of Kasese and the wider Rwenzori region to continue supporting the NRM government. He expressed gratitude for the warm reception given to President Museveni during his recent campaign visit.
So to begin with, I would like to thank all the people of Kasese district for the very warm welcome given to His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni when he last visited us in the district on the 4th of this month.
Your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100 *0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission. You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert. Global Paint, a reliable product.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namagundi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You work with the era. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you. You can register for NSSF. How come you pretty you see my life? Now over deep down in the Barara. Make NSSF payments. No hala okube karangala. NSSF sure is notified. But tomorrow kuhika gotido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account, Jubira. NSSF, a better life.
This season, Pearl Back brings the magic a little closer with Purpose Santa. Spreading joy across our branches. Genuine laughter, warm interactions, and shared moments that remind us our purpose is rooted in the people we serve. From surprises to smiles, these are the moments we'll forever cherish. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Pearl Bank, formerly Post Bank.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets. From the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion. respect over hatred, and dialogue over destruction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Parliament of Uganda will host the 15th edition of the East African Community Interparliamentary Games from 5th to 17th December 2025 in Kampala. The Games will be held across various venues including Philip Omondi, Chambogo, Ham Stadium, Makerere University, Wankulukuku, Kampala Golf Club and Serena Golf Club. Held under the theme, Advancing Integration Through East African Community Parliamentary Sports, the Games aim at fostering the East African integration process. Entrance is free and you are all invited to come and cheer your MPs as they take on their regional counterparts.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back from that break, and we're glad you're still with us here in UBC News Tonight. In more stories this evening, Minister of State for National Guidance, Godfrey Kabianga, has joined NRM flag bearers in Kasese district to canvass for votes, including for the presidential flag bearer. Addressing a rally in Isule sub-county, Busongora North area MP and NRM flag bearer Soedi Chitanywa told voters that increased investment will be directed towards the Emyoga Youth Livelihood Program and UWEP initiatives to improve household incomes. Minister Kabianga pledged that key roads in Busongora North will be worked on in the next financial year, urging voters to support Soedi Chitanywa and President Museveni to ensure continuity in service delivery. We have the story.
I came to support Honorable Soedi in his campaigns as one of the coordinators of Rwenzori region, and I also came to canvass votes for President Yoweri Museveni because that's one of our major responsibilities. And I've seen really people are very, very positive. And obviously I also came to augment the reasons Soedi was putting forward why people should support President Yoweri Museveni and all the flag bearers.
I've been explaining to the people the issue of PDM and how also government is going to increase money in other programs like the program of SEDGE and also YLOP programs of WEP, so that there is enhanced income among the communities. For example, here in Kasese, we have a hub which is an initiative of the president for ensuring that the young people are trained and that they are job creators than just being job seekers. But also within this constituency, there is a Mubuku Youth Institute which has been renovated, and government has started training young people at that institute. So I am asking people to embrace NRM because it is the only government that focuses on improving the livelihoods of the people.
I have seen there are only a few challenges, and one of the biggest challenges is the road. The road is not good, but the chairman, the district chairman, has promised that it is among the roads that are going to be maintained this financial year. But they have also appreciated government for refurbishing and adding more buildings at Isole Health Center 3, and now it is full operational and it is assisting the people here. So I think so far so good. Soweto is doing very well, and he just needs support here and there.
Still in Kasese District, National Unity Platform presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi has campaigned in Kasese, where he held a rally at Karambi Grounds, Mpondwe town. Kyagulanyi urged the residents to vote for NUP for effective service delivery across the spectrum. He also promised better trade ties with the Democratic Republic of Congo.
People power! 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 Abana babwela! Abana babwela! Yogere lulimi ki? Niongee lugha gani? Niongee Kiganda? Mnachelewa? Ama nipate mtu abadilishe? Mnachelewa vizuri? Sente zaffe nagula t-shirt n'abawa transport n'ateekawo emmere ate bwe batuuka kulwalewe n'ateekawo amagye tewali akkirizibwa kuvaawo naye era abantu tebawera ekyo bwe kyagaana kati agenda mu ssomero n'ajjayo abaana.
President Yoweri Museveni, the NRM presidential flag bearer, is set to descend on Mubende district next Monday as he launches an energetic vote hunt and officially opens his Buganda campaign trail.
Excitement is already sweeping through Mubende as NRM's Director for Mobilization, Dr. Rosemary Seninde, representing Secretary General Honorable Richard Todwong, moves across the district, rallying leaders and preparing ground for the president's arrival.
After Kakumiro, he's coming to Buganda and he's entering through Mubende sub-region. I want to thank God that the people are very anxious. The people of Mubende sub-region are very anxious, waiting for the president is coming. We have come as a secretariat to prepare the districts that make Mubende sub-region. These are the 5 districts of Kasanda, Chankwanzi, Chiboga, Mubende, and Mityana. We have come to prepare them. We have come to guide them on the mobilization strategy and also on how we are going to work together to ensure that the president's rallies come out very well.
Her first stopover was Kasambia constituency, the venue for Museveni's opening rally, where she found residents upbeat.
I would like to call upon the people of Uganda, more so the people of Mubende sub-region where the president is starting, to ensure that the rallies are really big and good rallies, probably better than where we have been, because we need to show the president that as people of Uganda, we appreciate the peace and stability that we are enjoying as a country, because we must not forget that this peace, to get this peace, it was a war in the central region. And of course, the central region suffered so much during that time. So we must appreciate that the president has been able to fulfill the promise he gave to the people of Uganda to keep Uganda in peace and stability.
Led by area MP Honorable David Kavanda, locals were encouraged to show up in overwhelming numbers.
Nja kusaba banna Kasambya banna Mubende mu bitundu byonna Greater Mubende mujje twanirize president mu maanyi abantu ba Buganda bamanye, abantu b'ebitundu ebirala bamanye, abantu b'ebweru bamanye nti bino bibadde boogera ebyawolokoso nti president tali popera mu Buganda bakirabire Kasambya.
Dr. Seninde later met NRM leaders from Greater Mubende, joined by Chwanda Subi to finalize reception plans. They emphasized door-to-door mobilization and a massive turnout, calling Museveni's Buganda kickoff a defining moment. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
NUP's Busiro East aspirant Matthias Walukaga has petitioned the High Court Civil Division challenging the Electoral Commission's decision to disqualify him. His legal team argues that the Electoral Commission acted in error, insisting it lacks the mandate to cancel a candidate's academic qualifications. We have more.
This case must be heard expeditiously because we have very limited time.
On Tuesday, the Electoral Commission denominated NUP's Matthias Walukaga from the Busiro East parliamentary contest. Walukaga, through his lawyers, on Friday lodged an appeal before the High Court Civil Division in Kampala.
The Electoral Commission does not have power to cancel an academic document. So, by the time the Electoral Commission took its decision to declare Honorable Walukaga's academic documents invalid, the National Council for Education had not written anything to that extent.
In his petition, Walukaga contests the Electoral Commission's decision to overturn an earlier National Council for Education decision, which had confirmed that his mature interest certificate was valid for purposes of pursuing further studies.
The law provides for a certificate of mature age entry because joining higher institutions of learning like the universities requires you either to use direct entry or mature age entry or other aptitude. So the certificate was used 3 months after it was obtained. And the law is that if you do not use that certificate for 2 years, then it expires.
His lawyers say there was an unjustifiable delay by the Electoral Commission to rule on his status, which was only delivered on December 9th.
It leaves many questions which are not yet answered. Electoral Commission, especially its leader, should check on the way some of these things are being done.
Which also shows that it is either a deliberate attempt by the Electoral Commission to frustrate this particular candidate, Honorable Matthias Walukaga.
Walukaga wants the High Court to quash the Electoral Commission's decision and compel it to nominate him as a candidate for Busiro East constituency Member of Parliament.
My law here is to give my lawyers directives to appeal, and it's what they have done. I'm very sure that in courts of law we are going to get justice. The ruling of the Electoral Commission was illegal, was biased, but I'm very sure my lawyers wouldn't have intervened in something they are very sure that is not winnable. So
the circumstances of that case may not be similar to the one in the issue now. We believe that the judge who will be given in this case is one who will adhere to the procedure and the provisions of the law.
In the Busiro East race, Matthias Walukaga was competing against independents Medad Lubega Segona and Emmanuel Magola, Ajabdara Chimbo of NRM, and Semfuma Nalagid of PPF. The national elections are due to 15th January 2026. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nance Subuga, UBC News.
Your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
In the heart of East Africa, Uganda is on a transformative journey to develop its oil and gas resources responsibly and sustainably. Uganda's bustling oil and gas frontier comprises 4 major projects. The Tilenga project will produce up to 190,000 barrels of oil per day. The Kingfisher project will produce up to 40,000 barrels of oil per day. The East African Crude Oil Pipeline, which is the world's most technologically smart oil pipeline that will transport Uganda's crude oil from Uganda to the East African coast. At Kabalega Industrial Park, the Uganda Refinery project will transform crude oil into fuel for homes, industries and progress. It is not only about oil and gas revenues. It is also about opportunities for jobs, training and acquiring skills, enterprise development and technology transfer, with Ugandans at the heart of this development. Uganda is protecting its natural heritage and rich biodiversity while advancing its bright energy future. With investment of close to $20 billion, Uganda's oil and gas projects will provide energy to power Uganda's development and boost growth in agriculture, transport, tourism, manufacturing, infrastructure, and beyond. This is Uganda's journey toward energy security, economic growth, and a brighter future. At the heart of regulating these developments for the last 10 years stands the Petroleum Authority of Uganda, with a mission of creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Power your moment. Techno, the global partner of AFCON 2025.
Welcome back, and now into the world of business. Uganda's digital transformation is getting a major boost as more young innovators, mainly women and persons with disabilities, step into the technology space. Refactory, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, hosted the 2025 Digital Skills Showcase, highlighting cutting-edge digital projects developed by learners from across the country.
The 2025 Digital Skills Showcase featured 20 projects developed across Refactory's program, ranging from software foundations to advanced courses in Python, JavaScript, data science, artificial intelligence, and product design.
Asimira Praise.
Refactory leadership says the showcase proves the country's digital talent pool is fast growing.
Of course, the question is, you skill, then what? The one thing that makes us unique as an academy is that we are an end-to-end. We skill and then put people into work. And those that are not able to get into work, we provide career support in order for them to further their competences in other domains.
The graduates were encouraged to ensure sustainability of their projects and use their acquired skills to bridge digital gaps in their communities.
So as you step out of today, don't forget to laugh at your failures. It's never that serious. All things will work together somehow for your good. It doesn't matter how you started. It doesn't matter what got you here. What you've got now with this training are skills that are relevant for you today and tomorrow.
Beneficiaries attest to the timelines of the skills acquired, saying the digital journey has opened new opportunities they once thought were out of reach.
And now look at you, transformed, skilled, confident, employable, future employers. As in, yeah, honestly, you're going to change the history of the landmark in Uganda. And that's simply because you took a chance. Simply because you had a choice and you chose to make a difference.
With the skills that I acquired, I'm building my WooCommerce, my online market, and I'll be uploading photos for that to make it easy to access customers and for customers to easily make their orders.
I learned of this program from a friend who told me about the opportunity for people with disabilities to learn tech skills in software development. So I was able to access a link where I registered and signed for to be a participant in the program.
The Uganda Ladies Golf Union has unveiled Stanbic Bank Uganda as the title sponsor of the inaugural Stanbic Junior Golf Championships set for 14th December at Uganda Golf Club. We have details.
Uganda's golf scene is about to erupt with excitement as 128 youngsters storm the fairways this Sunday
for the inaugural Stanbic Bank Junior Golf Championship.
We also are coming up with investment solutions that are geared to the kids to help them learn saving so early. We all know that the earlier you start saving, the better.
For the first time, the country will witness a full-force showcase of raw talent, precision swings and rising champions, ready to rewrite the future of the sport.
I've been playing for 7 years. This game is important to me because it brings me so much joy, you know. When you have a good game, it's the best feeling, playing a good score and all that.
Organizers say the championship will reshape junior golf, giving young athletes a platform that matches the intensity and spirit of professional competition. Uganda Ladies Golf Union President applauded Stanbic Bank and other partners for powering this breakthrough moment, especially their push to uplift girls in the sport.
I think, you know, golf is a game that is very well rounded and teaches the juniors a lot of things. If I could list a number of them, right from punctuality, you know, you need to be on time for you to tee off. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you integrity because you need to count your scores and write the correct scores, so that's a lot of integrity in there. It's also a game that requires a lot of mental strength and focus.
She confirmed that all systems are set for a thrilling showdown. The three-category tournament promises tight contests, sharp shots and breakout performances as juniors fight for top honors.
And with that, UBC News Tonight comes to an end, but do join us at 10 o'clock for another edition of UBC News Tonight. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto, together with my colleague Muhammad Mugalu. We'll see you at 10.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.